when did you first learn about CBD, and what was it about that kind of caught your eye?
Yeah. So, every night when I would edit all of my content for my fashion channels and platforms, I would have something play in the background. And
Mm,
usually it's educational. It's usually documentaries, a lot of just very entertaining, but also educational. And at the time, maybe it was about 2 years ago, Colin turned on a whole bunch of Vice episodes.
mm,
It was a kid, back then.
yep.
So all just lessons about cannabis and the journey about cannabis, and all these people are taking cannabis for their own health
Hmm.
benefits and their benefits. And while I was watching it, it just for some reason connected with me because I've been on pharmaceutical medication for the last 20 years.
Hmm.
I have pelvic spasm, and to be honest with you, they don't really know what it is.
Hmm.
They think it's pelvic spasm, but it mimics and acts just like a UTI. So every time when I have these
Interesting.
episodes, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm still trying to figure out to this day.
Yeah.
I've seen a bladder specialist, a pelvic floor therapist, every medical doctor there is out there. They can't really find anything, but the symptoms mimic a UTI. So what they do is that they'll just put me on antibiotics. So
Mm.
I've been on antibiotics for the last 20 years, and usually it's every day. So
And do the
there was a
antibiotics
point in my
actually help?
it does, it does.
Yeah.
So clearly it's a bacterial issue.
Hmm.
So the antibiotics help. But what they don't understand is that why am I getting so many of these? So
Right.
I would get, twice a month, so about 24 episodes a year.
Wow.
But the thing was that every time when they put me on antibiotics, as you know, over time, I would
Hmm.
build tolerance. So there was a point in time where I was taking them every day because I kept on building tolerance to every other ones that they were
Gosh.
giving me,
Yeah.
right? Um, to the point where they gave me sub-therapeutic doses. So they would give me a small amount of antibiotics that I would take every day for a year. At the time, if it sounded great, this was maybe 6 years ago, about. And then I realized because I was doing that, I built even more tolerance to everything else when I had my bad episodes.
Hmm.
So it just got worse and worse and worse. And I remember going to see a physical therapist, and he was like, you should see a pelvic floor therapist just in case if they can connect the dots for you. And I was in, the pelvic floor therapist's office, and I was filling out the pre-questionnaire and everything. And 90% of the question was about a trauma that happened to you.
Mm.
More than anything, it was a sexual trauma that happened. And I was thinking, why am I here and why am I filling out all these questions about my past? I thought I was here to get my floor examined.
Right.
And I learned with my own experiences that, pelvic floor, damage or issue was mostly connected to a pelvic floor trauma of anything, whether you fall and your
Hmm.
pelvis bone broken or sexual abuse or anything like that. So all that really gave me a broader picture of what I was going through. And it wasn't the UTI that we're talking about. It's
Right.
something larger. So seeing these Vice episodes, I thought maybe I can supplement what I'm going through and using cannabis or CBD or whatever the time was. But that was always in the back of my head. I never actively sought out these things. And we were actually in Amsterdam for a job for my fashion side, and I said, we're in Amsterdam. It's kind of the capital
Right.
of cannabis. And I was telling Colin, I said, can you take me to a cannabis cafe?
Right.
He was
Yeah.
right. And I said, maybe I can find something there. He took me to a few cafes, and I was so confused, Jason. Like I didn't understand. They gave me a list of things I didn't understand sativa, indica. Like no one taught me
Oh
any of that.
gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I didn't understand if smoking was better. There were no tinctures available. It was
Hmm.
edible. I felt so confused and lost more than anything else. But that really ignited my interest into just the journey of exploring what could help me. So when we came back home, I went to a few hemp stores because this, cannabis is not
Hmm.
legal here in New York. A few hemp stores, same issue. There's a
Yeah.
lot of flowers everywhere. I just didn't understand anything. And then I went to California and San Francisco too, and I just felt so confused. And I think my frustration with the traditional pharmaceutical route transferred into this cannabis exploration where I
Hmm.
was still confused and I didn't know what to do. And I started doing my own investigations. I read as many books as possible. I read your book too as well.
Oh.
Of everything. I listened to everything. I watched all the documentaries possible. And I was hoping that I can curate my own experiences and also understand what the value of CBD was and what there is out there. And I think from all that led to the birth of Artemis.